Well, hello there, guys. We're going to be doing part 2 here of our Anno 1800 Let's Play. So make sure to join us. We're, of course, just going ahead and getting the town up to snuff. But pretty soon, we have a New World expedition. We can get started and take a look at what's going to happen here. So we're going to set the Argo out here. Now I'm trying to figure out like exactly what we need. I'm pretty sure we need some actual iron. And cannons wouldn't be a bad idea either. I hope I'm just not messing up this starting, sort of like the starting resources that we need to actually get out there. So I don't have cannons, so I'm going to take that, and maybe...
the time with pitch pulled in hard wind.
I feel like bringing more wood is never a bad idea. So we're going to go ahead and start the expedition, guys. We're headed to the New World. We're, of course, going to try and keep things here in the Old World going really well. And I believe we're actually very close to unlocking our artisans. So once we unlock our artisan workers, in fact, we already have a few, we could start getting started on the canned food project. And thankfully, we have plenty of room for this. What we want to do is actually get a cattle farm out here. But what I'm going to do is actually extend this. Again, this is our industrial / farming center. So if I'm going to get a proper a cattle farm here, and I want to make sure to put it in the right place. So let's put one right there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll put one on this side, one on this side, one on this side, and one on this side. Got plenty of cows. We want to go ahead and get some red peppers. And again, we're very lucky because on this island we can grow red peppers. Usually you have to go, very specific place to make this happen, but these guys are going to be able to do it. So again, we're just going to take up this area, all red pepper growth, and there we go, get that started. The last thing, or actually, there's more than one. We're going to get the artisanal kitchen, and after that, we're going to get the cannery. Then we're going to start making some real profits. I'll get the artisanal kitchen up first. It's going to take a while to get the appropriate resources to actually get started on this.
Can I interest you in this recently
Edit
published
that. We have been editing our news quite a bit. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and also drop a farmer's residence. I mean, you can never have too many farmer's residences, right? These are eventually going to become workers' homes or artisans' homes, but it's a good start. Welcome, guys. Good to see you. Right, so while we're waiting for that ship to get to the New World, we have to consider other forms of revenue. And again, the main form of revenue right now is going to be getting those canned goods. Canned goods are so profitable. We've also got a steelworks over here to start making the actual cans themselves. Sorry, Bullet is going absolutely nuts. In the meantime, we're going to put a small warehouse nearby. So I'll put the small warehouse right there. Should be able to pretty much transfer goods between the pepper farm and also the artisanal kitchen. And there we go. The expedition's underway. That's always good news. Good to know that we are actually heading out to the New World. Who knows if we're going to make it, if we're going to succeed, and actually have a decent New World going, or if it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So right now, in terms of the working class of our city, it's going pretty well, man. I mean, we have an okay difference between the farmers, the workers, and the artisans. The artisans, of course, living in the very center of the city. If we want to go ahead and do sort of a walkthrough of the city, we can do that. Where it's essentially a first-person walkthrough, just so you guys can see what we've done so far. But for now, I'm going to keep on building.
Time to rummage in the old sea chest.
It's simple, boys. The American, or I should say the Imperial trading company has to do well here. It's that simple. Let's see. What do we need for the artisanal kitchen? So we're going to need, I believe, some more bricks. We're fine on wood. We need 6 wood. We need 10 bricks. So let's just let our people continue working. Also, somebody mentioned, and I really appreciate this, that for 1 coal pit, we can actually supply 2 brick mines. So I am going to go ahead and get another brick mine up, or brick factory, pardon me. So if this works, then this should work out quite well, and we'll be able to make even more bricks per turn. We're also providing some more work to people in the field. Hey, Ulf, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. We're just here in Anno 1800, trying to make things work. Now, we're still a curious port town, and for that to change, we need to increase our population. We've got a few ideas here. Still waiting for those bricks, folks. Take a look over here at the clay pits, see how the work is coming along. Maybe it's even better to just build... Yeah, we're going to build another brick factory, so hopefully these bricks will come out a lot faster. Not to mention, we needed more jobs for our working class. Now, here's what we're going to do in terms of the city. I told you guys I wanted to make this, like, you know, a very metropolitan city, so... There's going to be avenues and streets, crisscrossing all the way around. I used stone streets, but that'll work out later. Those are going to be quite useful. So let's just for now use good old regular paths. I think you can see kind of what I'm going for here. I'm going to have a row of houses over here. I'll probably leave this area alone because this is kind of where our lumberjacks are getting their daily cut. So we'll let them do their work. Alright, so he's absolutely right. Whoever commented that we can get two brick factories running either way is absolutely right. And of course, they're going to have to go to the warehouse and then to the marketplace. But we should be getting those pretty quickly. I'll even fast forward here. Because I really want to get those canneries up and running. I mean, the canneries have horrendous pollution, but they do a pretty good job, man. They make us a pretty decent profit here. How's that New World expedition going? Still very far away from the New World. I would expect them to have been there by now, but we weren't fast forwarding, so I guess that's understandable. A resource in a factory. Not for me, my friend, not for me. That's why I have the backseat gamers here to help me out. But that is pretty cool. Come on, we need those bricks. Those bricks are taking a while to make it to market. I know these people are working the best they can, but we might have to upgrade the streets so that they can move a bit faster. We've already got this nice little wagon sort of stacking up all these bricks and taking them to market. But I wish it was just a little bit faster. In fact, while we're at it. Unintentional. Just want to put like a single road connecting that house. Alright, maybe we're going to have to do something like that. Fair enough. Now, over time, of course, we can go ahead and upgrade these buildings, but for now we have a few more farmers in here. Maybe it's time for another schnapps outpost that can be arranged. 6, 8. I believe we have everything. Missing upgrade costs. We need 75 aristocrats. So, you know what?
I like being oppressed.
I like being oppressed. time to upgrade all of these to aristocrats' homes. They also look a lot better because they have their own private businesses here. So it's like clothing stores, food stores, etc. Pretty cool stuff. Oh, we need glass. Oh, that is just terrible. All right, so let's see if we can even get glass. A lot of times we can't. We've got a sand mine over here. Of course, at least our artisans will be going to work. That's the good news. Let's see what else we can do here. We can get a glassmakers. I'm going to put them right there near the sand mine. And we can also get a lumberjack's hut. We already have one of those, so we're just now waiting for the glassmakers to be built. We have to invest so much just to be able to get our cans, which is kind of annoying. And it looks like we also need a few more workers. So let's see who's willing to upgrade their social status. There we go. It's a decent start.
Preparation.
15 days on the high seas, he hasn't found anything. It could take up to a month or 2 months. I've seen 2 months before where he just cannot locate the new world. So we'll see what happens. And we're going to need that glass. Let's see how the glass is coming along. Get that glassmaker's up. We've already got 2 different lumber yards, so I'm not even going to worry about the lumber. But of course, for us to make a profit, for us to get those canneries up, we are going to have to build that stuff quite quickly. And it looks like we need not only just standard workers, but some aristocrats as well. Alright, guys. I'd love to take this Barrel O'Mara quest, but for now I'm going to say no. He's taking a bite out of a fragrant but deadly fruit. By the time your guide alerts the crew to stay away from La Manzanilla de la Muerte, the Manzanilla of Death, its sweet taste has already been rapidly followed by a peppery tingle and an excruciating burn. Soon the officer is frantically gasping for breath. His throat and tongue have tripled in size. Let's puncture an airway. We have the medicine skill.
I'm always busy, Duck.
The crew was hypnotized by your doctor's precision. Without wasting a single second, she lays the officer in the sand, commands 2 men to pin him down, feels her patient's Adam's apple, and makes one steady incision. So beautiful, he survived, he's going to be just fine, and Captain awaits our command. Of course, we're going to continue. We can't stop now, friends. We just can't stop now. Also try to get another aristocrat's house. It's going to take us just a little more wood and a little more bricks, and at that point we'll get another aristocrat. Welcome aboard, lad. Things seem pretty even now, but of course now we've got to wait for the ability to build. And now we really do need 10 brick, 6 wood, and I believe 8 glass as well. So let's hope that the glass makers are doing well here. They are working. That's a very good sign. I just want to make sure. There we go. They got some of the glass over there to the factory. Or do we need... we need a window makers. Oh, enraging. We're going to put the window makers right here. You have to understand, when you're going with these aristocrats, you've got to spend quite a lot of money to generate a profit. You're getting a much more advanced item, but you're spending a lot more money. Hey, Dinian. Hops is a must. So that's the crazy thing about this situation right now. We actually asked this in the last part of the Let's Play. I'll show you. Down here, on this island, And it's a garbage island. Like, this really is probably one of the worst islands I've seen in game. But this island right here is untouched, and it does have hops production. What I was thinking is we build like a really basic port here, get the hops going, and start trafficking it up here. At that point, we could get beer production going, etc. But I've really put all of my chits into the new world. Oh, we got a fire. Rogue snare a merchant ship. Let's fire cannons at the pirate ship. Attack is an abysmal failure. Okay, we got to get the hell out of there. And, of course, I'm going to order him to continue. He's not stopping now, man. That's just not acceptable. $20 bricks before we can actually get the window makers up. And that's going to lead us to, of course, the ability to get the cannery. Just look at our people. I mean, if we just pause here and just take a look, this is a very, very, very filled port, I should say. I mean, there are so many people living here. It's absolutely a settlement. I would almost call it a city. Of course, it's considered a quaint port town right now. But this might as well be a city, man. This is pretty awesome stuff. One more brick, and we've got the glassworks up. Alright, we're going to need a whole lot more artisans.
Scooped us out of the gutter, you did.
We've got to wait for a few more bricks to come in. Of course, then we can upgrade the artisans, or upgrade the workers to artisans, I should say. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and upgrade some of these farmers to workers. I'm just trying to even out the workforce here, guys. Fast forward a bit. So the central part of the city is going to be sort of our aristocrats' resting place. But we've got to try to increase that profit very soon. So it's going to be a work in progress, but it's absolutely something we've got on our menu.
I seesaw between...
Lovely.
Look at that. Look at just how, with a few changes, we're completely changing the workforce of our island. We're also changing the look of our island from just a quaint port town to almost what I would consider sort of a proper city. We need a few more large buildings here, but with the school and the church over here, look at this beautiful church. I think we're doing all right. Oh boy.
Set our bearings right.
An overweight ship is easy prey for... Okay, that just disappeared. I hope that didn't destroy our ship. In the meantime, though, working on upgrading these homes.
I got me found.
Game saved.
Two, three.
Workforce shortage.
No worries, Ulf. I'm glad you like it, man. Yeah, very fun game. Very interesting and just entertaining all around. Now, we are losing a lot of money. We have to do something about that, and that's why I'm trying to get the cannery up. If we can get the cannery up, I'm pretty sure we can get our economy back on track. But she's not cheap. It's a quite expensive cannery.
Something for all seasons.
We could use a few more aristocrats,
Ceasefire has ended.
to be honest. But let's wait just a bit and try to get that damn artisanal kitchen up and the cannery. Two major purchases, really, in this game. Seven on glass. It's going to take a little while longer, guys, but our glass factory is up and running. Eventually, what I'll do is once we have bricks to spend, I'm going to upgrade all of these roads to cobblestone roads, just to make moving a little bit easier, etc., instead of these dirt roads we have now.
It's all prepared.
And of course, now we're just waiting for the cannery. I will cover up the bankruptcy thing with consumerism, make sure people are spending money. Because remember, like, a large part of our actual income, our profit, comes from what people are buying in our cities. So when we make sausages for the working class, etc., they enjoy that. You know, they pay for those sausages, they pay for the schnapps, etc. If we can keep that going, then we can absolutely come out on top. Yeah, it might be time to start getting some additional factories out.
I've no complaint.
Really upgrading these neighborhoods so that we have the right mix of workers.
You can boss me around all you like.
Come on, get that wood in. There we go.
Fear not the new world that awaits beyond. You just have to set sail.
Take a look here at the chat.
You reward
Game saved.
We're just barely cutting it close in terms of the job availability on our
Is
island
it
here.
wrong to want more?
We'll boost some more workers, get some more farmers in here. Actually, our workers are okay. What we really need to do are boost our artisans. We're actually very close to being able to get the cannery up, but as you guys know, that's going to require a bunch of artisans to be able to even do the job.
Get some rest. It's going to be a long voyage.
And it looks like some people have a lack of education, so we might want to go ahead and get another school up.
Could be worse.
So here's the problem. We need 15,000 for us to be able to get the cannery up. We don't have 15,000. Suddenly I feel like we should have taken a few of those quests. So we need to hope that that balance is going to rise steadily over time. There are other ways to make money, of course, doing quests, things like that. But I think getting that cannery up is going to be so important to the economic benefit of the Imperial Trading Company. I think without that thing, we're just not going to have much of an Imperial Trading Company, period. It's going to be tough. Notre Font is looking so nice. But again, the income is just barely teetering on okay. I don't know if we can improve this or what we can do. Now, keep in mind, depending on the class of people we have, so aristocrats pay more rent, farmers pay least, etc. We do have to keep that in mind. So maybe we could go for just a purely aristocrats village. Of course, you always need some farmers and some workers, but it's still looking okay. In fact, with all the movement coming down this street, we're going to call it Main Street. Let's get some cobblestones down. So this should make transportation a bit easier. Oh my goodness, a person with a... I didn't even see that before, but it's a person with a wheelchair. Amazing. So we've got all sorts of folks here at Notre Font. Alright guys, well I hope you've enjoyed so far. We're trying to keep these episodes at like 30 minutes length. I know a lot of people do want to see Anno 1800, but we can't really dedicate ourselves to like a campaign unless we get enough viewers. So if you enjoy this, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, subscribe if you're new. I think we'd really appreciate that. This is only part 2 of our business venture with the Imperial Trading Company. So I do hope to see you guys in future parts. And please, especially with this series, please feel free to backseat game. Any and all advice that you give is going to be useful. It's going to be helpful. So feel free to give it. I know Ulf has also already done an amazing job at giving us some tips. So if anyone else has tips, let me know. We're going to pause it right here. We'll be back with part 3 either tomorrow or the next day. And hopefully by that time, our ships will have actually reached the new world. Good to see you, Robert. Alright guys, I'll catch you then. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.
Game saved.